screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
So basically we have to start with like a consumer equilibrium unit, right? So before that, there are a few terms which you need to understand, right? So first you will understand, then I'll give you time to make notes. Okay. So ma'am, consumer equilibrium. So the first question is, ma'am, what is consumer, right? So a consumer is an economic agent who consumes goods and services in order to satisfy his or her wants. So who is consumer? Basically, consumer is the economic agent who is going to consume goods and services. Why he is consuming? Because he want to satisfy his want. Right. For example, why you are purchased. For example, you went to a shop. Okay, maybe a mall, shopping mall. There were few dresses. Okay, you purchased that dress. Why you purchased it? Because you had that want, right? That I want this dress, this is really pretty. Or like for example, there is some festive or any occasion at your place, right? And you want to go there. So of course it's your want that you want to have that. So in order to satisfy your want, you will be purchasing that product. And similarly, for example, it's a chocolate shop. Okay, so now you are like, it's your want that you want to eat chocolate, right? So you will be purchasing the chocolate, right? So why you are purchasing that chocolate? Because you want to satisfy your want. So similarly, the consumer is an economic agent who consumes goods and services. And why he is consuming? In order to satisfy his or her wants. Clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now, objective of consumer. Okay. So the objective of consumer is to get maximum satisfaction from the expenditure done on various goods and services. Okay. So what is the objective of consumer? The consumer objective is to get maximum satisfaction. Okay. From the expenditure done on various goods and services. So this is the objective. Like what is the main motive? Right. So the main motive is to get maximum satisfaction. For example, it's the pen. Okay. And this is the chocolate. You have your exam tomorrow, right? So at that moment, this is pen and this is a chocolate. Which object will be giving you more satisfaction?
The pen.
Yes. Why? Because you have your exam tomorrow. So this is the objective of a consumer, to get maximum satisfaction from expenditure. See, you have 10 rupees with you. Okay, you can use that 10 rupees, or you can spend that 10 rupees on this pen or on this chocolate. So you have to spend your money. Your expenditure should be on those goods and services which will be giving you maximum satisfaction. And this is the, because you people are consumer. So this is the objective of consumer. Clear?
Yes, teacher.
Others?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Next is consumer behavior. Okay, now what is the behavior of consumer? So it is the behavior in which the consumer spends his limited income, okay, on various goods and services in such a way that he obtain maximum satisfaction. So this is a behavior, right? Just remember that you have very limited income. You don't have unlimited money, right? For example, if you're working somewhere, you will be getting the limited income, right? For example, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, the income is limited, right? It is not like unlimited. So you have to spend your limited income, like consumer will be spending his limited income on various goods and services in such a way that he obtains what? Maximum satisfaction. So this should be the behavior. Okay. You should not spend your money, like the consumer should not spend his money on that product that is not giving him satisfaction or maximum satisfaction. Okay. Clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So just write down chapter unit 2 and then these points. Then we'll start with the things. I'll scroll it down. Let me know, okay, once you are done.
Teacher, can you scroll down? Teacher, I finished. Done, ma'am.
Dina, you are done? Dina, can you hear me? Dina.
Yes, ma'am.
You are done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, students. Now moving to next, which is utility. Okay. So what is utility, ma'am? It is the amount of satisfaction a consumer receives from consumption of goods and services. Okay. So what is utility? Basically, it is the amount of satisfaction a consumer receives from consumption of goods and services. Right. So utility is just, it's like, see, for example, you are eating chocolate. You want to eat chocolate. You are eating chocolate. Okay. So now that is giving you the satisfaction, right? That, okay, finally I ate chocolate. But in terms, if you will, measure it in terms of number, that this is giving me 10 utility, 20 utility, right? So basically, see, satisfaction, you cannot measure it, right? That how much satisfaction you are getting. So basically, but when you measure it, it is the utility. So utility is nothing, it is just the satisfaction. Okay, so utility is satisfaction. So it is the amount of satisfaction a consumer receives from consumption of goods and services. And remember, it is quantitative measure of satisfaction. See, others you cannot compare or you cannot match it. Like you cannot say, no, mama, I got 10 satisfaction or 20 satisfaction. No. But when you will be, quantitative means in terms of number, right? There are two terms. One is quantitative and other is qualitative, right? Okay. So
Yes,
quantitative
teacher.
is basically, yes.
No, no, I was just agreeing to what you said.
Okay. Yes, the quantitative is basically number and qualitative is basically the quality. For example, you went to market and you bought these pens, 4 pens. If I'll ask you that, students, how many pen you bought, you will be saying, ma'am, 4, right? And other second question will be like, what is the quality? You said good, right? So here you are telling me in terms of number, right, ma'am? I have 4 pens. Or if I'll ask you what is the quality, so you can say, ma'am, out of 5, I'll give 4 out of 5. Okay. So you are just rating it, right? Or other you can say, ma'am, it is good. So if you are using numerical value to express something, that is quantitative measure. But if you are using words like good, bad, nice, like this, like you are not using numericals, then it is a qualitative measure, like you are telling the quality. But quantitative, you are giving the using the numbers. So basically utility, you are using numbers, so it is basically quantitative measure. Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So you were okay. And then characteristics, features of utility. So utility, you are not going to write it over here, right? We'll explain it all together. Okay, just first write this, then I'll explain.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am. Teacher, can you scroll down?
No. Everyone is done, like all of you.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we are going to do the characteristics and the feature of utility. Okay. So utility depends on intensity of want. Okay. First, utility is subjective. Like these are the features of utility or the characteristics. Third, utility is measurable, and utility is not essentially useful. Okay. So these are basically the characteristics. Now we will be doing them in detail. Okay. So first, utility depends on intensity of want. Like, ma'am, what is this? Okay, just student, do one thing. First, write all of these together so that when you will revise it, you'll get all the points together. So write this and then we'll explain one by one.
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay, all of you done?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Okay, now one by one we'll be doing. Utility depends on intensity of want. Okay, so utility is the functions of intensity of want. More intense the want, higher the utility for the commodity. Okay, example, a pen gives more utility during examination than in summer vacation, right? So utility depends on intensity of the want. As we discussed in the first chapter, wants are of two types. One is high intense or more intense, and one is less intense, right? So utility depends on intense. If you are satisfying your less intense want, then your utility will be less. If you are satisfying your more intense want, then your utility will be high, right? So utility is a function of intensity of want. More intense the want, higher the utility for the commodity, right? If you will satisfy your more intense want, then your satisfaction will be more and your utility will be more. Example, a pen give more utility during examination than in summer vacation, right? Clear? First, so utility depends on intensity of the want. If your want is more intense, then you will get more utility. But if your want is less intense, then your utility will be also less, because utility, after all, it is the satisfaction. Clear?
Yes,
ma'am.
teacher.
Okay. Now, utility is subjective. Utility may vary from person to person. For example, subjective means it changes, right? So, for example, this is pen and this is chocolate. Dina, this is Dina, and this is like, okay, Dina and me. Okay. So tomorrow Dina has her exam. Okay. So for Dina, this pen is important, but I don't have any exam. I'm hungry. So for me, this chocolate is more important, right? So say the object are same, but it may vary to it may change from person to person. Maybe for Dina, pen is important, but for me, chocolate is important because I'm hungry. So utility may vary from person to person. For example, a hungry person get more satisfaction from chapati in comparison to the person who is not hungry. Okay. So utility keeps on changing with time, place. Okay. So for example, if you are in India, maybe summer seasons are going on, right? So right now, for you, woolen clothes are not so important, right? But you went to some other country. Maybe you went to like Antarctic or something there, like Atlantic and there. So there it was like frozen state. So there at that place, woolen clothes will give you more satisfaction, right? So utility keeps on changing with time and place. For example, woolen clothes have utility in winter but not in summer. So it keeps on changing. Now woolen clothes do no have zero utility. See, have more utility in winter, but in summer it has zero utility. Because why people will purchase woolen clothes in summer? Clear? So it a
Yes,
utility
teacher.
is subjective. It depends on person to person plus place to place and time to time. Clear?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
ma'am.
Okay. Now utility is measurable. You can measure it. So you have two approach. One is cardinal and other one is ordinal. So ma'am, what is cardinal and what is ordinal? Cardinal, it measures utility in quantitative order. Okay, so cardinal means it measures utility in quantitative order, and ordinal, it measures utility in qualitative order. Okay, so ma'am, quantitative I already told you 1, 2, 3, right? But it's like preference. Like you'll be saying, for example, you have pen, pencil and books. So you'll be saying I'll be purchasing books first, then pen, and then this. So this is showing that books are more important to as compared to pen and pencil, right? So you are giving ranking that number 1 I'll purchase this, number 2 this, number 3 this. So you can measure utility with the help of two approach. Cardinal means see, can you can measure them in terms of number. Okay, but here you are not going to measure them in number. You are just going to give them preference, like the first preference, second preference, because this is qualitative measure order. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, utility is not essentially useful. See, for example, I am the person who drinks a lot. I'm alcoholic maybe. So for me, alcohol will be giving me the satisfaction, right? Maybe this juice will not give me satisfaction. This alcohol will give me satisfaction, right? So you cannot, I'll be saying that alcohol is giving me higher satisfaction. So utility is not essentially useful. You cannot say that the object which is giving me utility, satisfaction, that is always useful. No, it is like you cannot say that all the utility I'm getting from the product, all the product are equally important. No, higher utility does not always means greater usefulness. Okay, so if your utility is high, you cannot, for this person is alcoholic, so he is getting 10 utility from this but 2 from this. So if you will not check the product, you will say okay, 10, okay, this is useful product. But no, then if it is giving him more satisfaction, that doesn't mean this product is useful. Okay, so for example, alcohol may give utility to an alcoholic person, but the same alcohol is not useful for others. Clear?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, teacher.
okay. So first you'll write this, then we'll. Okay.
Teacher, can you scroll down? Teacher, can you scroll down?
मम्मी एक बार अपना फोन दोगे?
Teacher, can you scroll down?
Okay, Labiba. Just a minute. I'll just ask others. Others, you are done?
Yes, ma'am. You can scroll.
Then, ma'am, please scroll it down.
Everyone is done?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
teacher. Teacher, I finished. Can you scroll down? Teacher, I finished.
Us are done, yeah, only Laviva is done. Reena and Janab done?
Done, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now, basically, ma'am, what is the like how you're going, but like different types of utility, right? So, types of utility. So, ma'am, first is total utility and second is marginal utility, right? So, ma'am, what is total utility? So, total utility, it is defined as a total satisfaction a consumer derives from consumption of certain amount of commodity. So, total, for example, I ate chocolate gave me 10, and I ate fruity, maybe juice, gave me 20 satisfaction. I then ate pizza, that gave me 30 satisfaction. So in total, what is my utility? 30 plus 20, 50, 60. My total utility is 60, right? So this is the definition. But in actual number, TU is aggregation. Aggregation means basically sum up of marginal utility derived from consumption of different units of commodity. See, this was your MU1. This is your MU2. This is your MU3. MU means addition. See, you had 0. This was an add-on. Okay, plus 10. Then this was also the addition. plus. You always, in the previous chapter when we were doing PPC, there was a marginal opportunity cost. That marginal means addition, right? So here you had 0, but 10 added, then 20 added, then 30 added. So when you will add all this, TU basically equals to MU1. You are going to write it like this: MU1 plus MU2. Dash dash dash. Why I have written MUN? Because N means N number of. It can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, like whatever amount of goods are given to you. So this is your total utility. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So you have
teacher.
to basically remember the formula, because as we did in the previous chapter, right? We find out MOC out of T. Like there were 2 goods. You were finding out MOC, right? But here with the help of TU, you will be finding out MU, right? Then ma'am, what is MU? So it is nothing. It is the additional utility derived from consumption of one more unit of given good. Like for example, you ate chocolate. It gave you 10. Okay. But now after that you ate pizza. Right. So that gave you 20. So this is addition. Right. To your utility, it is the addition. So it is the additional utility derived. You are getting additional satisfaction from where? When you are consuming one more unit of given commodity. Like if you will consume one more unit of a commodity. Commodity means basically goods. Okay, that is known as your marginal utility. So when unit, see, sometimes it will be like you are getting it 10, 20, 30. The difference is 10, 10. Right? So this means when you are consecutively eating it, then it is your, when you are consecutively eating it, then you will use this formula. To find out MU, you will be using TUN. This is like this: TUN minus TUN minus 1. N is the number. For example, you have 3 products. Okay, so TUN will be that TU here 3 minus TU. Oh, what is happening? TU, this is your N minus TUN minus 1. So basically it is TUN means TU3 minus TU3 minus 1 is 2. So whatever the number will be, like this, for example, this is your table, right? So whatever the number will be, like first, second, so you will be subtracting the second one from the first one. So this is TUN and this is TUN minus 1, right? The upper one is your N minus 1, right? And this is your N. Clear?
Ma'am, this using the formula I can't understand.
Okay, okay.
It's
Okay,
the
no need
same
to
here.
worry. Yeah, no need to
It's
worry.
just same.
Yeah, I'll just explain you when we will do the, I'll just explain you with the help of table. That will be easy. Okay. So no need to worry.
Okay, ma'am.
Just write the formula right now. And see, when you are not you, for example, you're like you are consuming it like 10, then 25, then 30, then 80. So there is no difference. Here you can see here the 15 difference, but here you can see 5 difference. So it is not consecutive, right? So then the formula will be your MUX will be TUX, like whatever your TU divided by the quantity. This just write the formula. I'll just explain you when we will do the numerical, right? So X is basically the commodity, right? This X is your commodity and QX is a quantity, like how many quantity you have consumed, 1, 2, 3, whatever it is. Okay, clear?
Okay, ma'am.
I hope like just don't copy it paste. Why? Because you can see that I have written it like this, but it is actually not like this. MUN is like this. MU and N over here. So keep this in mind. Like whatever the last digit is, you have to make it down. Okay, because it was not possible to write in like this. So, but I hope you understand, right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So first you will write types of utility, and then this first one.
Teacher, can you scroll down?
Students done with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Teacher,
Yes. Scroll
I
up.
have this, yeah, this red thing, right?
Hmm.
We are
This
supposed,
okay. Yeah, I just forgot. Basically, this triangle is delta, right? This is delta. This is basically this triangle means change, right? For example, your value is 10 and now your value is 20. So how much is change? How much is change is basically 10, right? It changed by 10 units. So this means your delta, how much change? 10. So this is delta. You have this is a triangle. Okay. This is known as delta and basically it means how much you are changed.
okay, so we are supposed to write TUX divided by,
No. You have to write triangle as
yeah,
well as here. Right? And then the triangle, then QX. This is divided by QX.
okay, teacher. Okay, thank you. Once you finish, can you scroll down?
That's it. Nothing to. That's it.
Okay, Ritu.
I hope everyone is done.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
teacher.
Now, basically, this was the question, right, ma'am? What is this TU? What is this, right? So, basically, this is the major formula we are going to use. Okay. So, now I'll explain you with the help of a numerical. Okay. So, this is basically the units consumer is utilizing, right? So, basically, X good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. Okay. Now, this is the TU. Total he is getting. Okay. So, it is 10, 19, 27, 34, 40 and 38. Okay. Then you have to, over here, you have to find your MU, right? So how you will find your MU? We are just going to use the first formula, okay, which we did because most of the time it is in consecutive way itself. You can see it is consecutive, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No gap is there in between, right? So it is continuous. So that's why this formula you're going to use. So it is TUN minus TUN minus 1. So first one will always remain same. Just remember this. Okay, first one will remain always same. Second one. So your TUN is this. Okay, so it is 19, right? And TUN minus 1 is basically the first one. Okay, because for example, if this is your N, okay, means you are taking out second number. N is basically the number. So it is TU for second minus TU for 2 minus 1. Your N is basically the number here, the number, right? So you can see it. If you are finding, okay, just a minute. For example, for this fourth unit, you have to find this MUN. So your fourth unit will be TU4, right? Because you have to find it out. And then TU N minus 1 is 4 minus 1, 3, right? So what is TU4? It is 34. And what is TU3? It is 27. So you will subtract both of them. You will get 7. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Teacher, can you explain once again?
Okay, wait. Now basically your question is, ma'am, what is TUN and TUN minus 1? Okay, your n is basically the number, the quantity, right? And your n minus 1 is something. For example, you have to find this. For this, you have to find this. Okay, this is not given, for example. Okay, so you have to find this. So in what you have to find, basically, you have to find MU for fifth one, right? Your n is basically the number. First one, second one, third one, fourth one. So you have to find MU for fifth, right? So you have to subtract TU for fifth. TUN means n is fifth. And what will be n minus 1? 5 minus 1. So in total, it will be TU5 minus TU4, right? 5 minus 1 is 4, right? So it is like, what is TU5? It is 40, right? And what is your TU4? It's 34. So it will be 34. So what will be the answer? Your answer will be 34. Your answer will be 6. So now we'll check our answer, ma'am, whether it is true or not. So ma'am, yes. For MU5, your answer is 6. Clear?
Yes, teacher.
Now
Yes,
it's clear?
ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes,
basically, this is the formula which you are going to use entirely. See, this formula, when you are going to use formula, when, for example, this is missing, okay, or maybe this is missing, okay, something like that, then you are going to use the formula. For example, if TUN minus 1 is missing, you can find it out if this and this is given, right? So this formula you are going to use when there is a missing thing. But in general, you are not going to use any formula. You are just going to find it out like this. First one will be same. In the previous chapter, we did this. Now this you will minus with this because this is n. This is n minus 1. N minus 1 is just before that one number. So this you will get 9. Then if you will subtract 27 and 19, you will get 8. If you will subtract this from this, like the previous one, how you find out the MOC. But there you were doing gain and loss, right? But here there is no gain, nothing. So that's why like this, you have to just minus the next digit with the previous one. TUN with n minus 1 is basically the previous. For example, TUN you are finding for 9. Then this will be for 8. N minus 1 is 8, right? So this is what. And then 30 like this, you will get an answer. But here you can see it is 38 minus 40. If you will subtract 38 out of 40, this is less now. So your answer will be minus 2. Why? Because 40 is greater than 38. So that's why it will be minus 2. Clear?
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
teacher.
But ma'am, can you use this table and solve a question of total utility with that formula?
With this, okay, yes, you can. Just a minute. So let's just take, for example, this is missing. Okay, you have to find this. Okay, for maybe you like you can say MU is given. Your MUN is basically 8, and your TUN minus 1 is 10. Okay, because this will be your TUN minus 1. You have to find TUN. Okay, so you will put simply 8 equals to TUN is not given minus 10. So automatically, right, this one will be going over here, right? Clear? This will be adding over here, and then you will just add it down and you will get, okay, sorry, I just wrote it wrong. This will be 9, right? I will this will go here. It will be 9 plus 10. Your answer will be 19. So you can see it is 19. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So simply you just need to know whether you see sometimes your TUN will be here. Like this one will be given. Similarly also this will go here there and you will subtract it from whatever you will get TUN minus 1. Okay. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So you just simply draw this table so that you can get an idea and just write the formula. Okay. So whenever you will revise it, you will get an idea. Just write calculate MOC. So if you want to calculate your MOC on your own, you can do it.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Who is left?
Sure, finished.
Okay. Good. So you'll revise all the things. In our next class, we will we'll solve few questions, and after that, we'll start with the very important